I call this ragamuff Boo. He is one of 5 dogs surrendered by one owner because he could not take care of them anymore. He was listed as a terrier mix with no name or birth date given. My first impression of him was a small or young Bouvier. However, he could be some type of Doodle. He has some hair growing in his ear canals, but with as matted as he was, one would expect a lot more with a Doodle. He was also very timid and afraid. It took a lot of coaxing to get him out of the kennel. I eventually gave up on the idea of walking him and carried him to the car. Honestly, I started calling him Boo partially due to the Bouvier look, but mostly because he was so nervous and afraid in that noisy shelter that if you said Boo, he would try to hide under his bed. I spent 5 hours with Boo, and the first 3 hours were spent just removing all that matting. My clippers were struggling to cut through the dense fur. I honestly needed clippers designed to shear sheep. This is a compassionate groom where the focus is on Boo's health and comfort rather than looking pretty and polished. I will tell you about that in a moment, but first, welcome to Kate's Country Critters. You can call me Kate. Thanks so much for stopping by. Come sit a spell and have some coffee with me. While the French press does its thing, I'd like you to consider liking this video and subscribing to the channel. Those 2 little actions help the channel grow and reach more people. The shelter dogs and I appreciate your support. You can also ask questions and leave comments. I do my best to respond to each and every one. Finally, please share this video with your friends and families. Kate's Country Critters is dedicated to helping the animals at the Bibb County, Alabama Animal Shelter. Most of the videos that I post are of shelter dogs looking for their forever homes. If you would like to help them directly, please pause this video to come back to and click on the link above. The shelter has several methods you can use to provide support. I donate my time and supplies to assist the animals at the Bibb County, Alabama Animal Shelter. If you would like to aid my efforts, please consider joining my Patreon. For as little as $2 per month, you will have access to members-only chats and behind-the-scenes looks. At the $5 per month level, you will have access to even more content, including home grooming tutorials as I am able to edit and post them. Higher levels are available as budget billing options for my physical clients. If you live within reasonable distance of Centerville, Alabama, and would like to become my client, please send an email to katescountrycritters@gmail.com. All of this information is included in the description below. Looks like the coffee's ready, so sit back and relax while I tell you about today's client. I am mostly limited to one camera and the audio it caught for this groom. My action camera batteries only last for about 45 minutes, and I am not going to stop mid-groom to change them. I also had issues with my microphone, so the high-quality audio isn't available. With over 5 hours of footage to work with when you consider my cell phone, my main camera, and the action cameras, I had to cut massive amounts out and narrate anyway. Boo had me perplexed. I could tell that someone did care for him at one time. His nails were long but cleanly trimmed. My best guess is that there was a change in household income and his former family could not afford to have him groomed. Based on his teeth and size, I guess he is roughly 18 months, maybe 24 months old. He's not quite done growing. He most likely has never been groomed in his life. Despite being afraid, he was very docile and allowed me to do what I needed to. Upon realizing how badly matted he was, I made the decision that a compassionate grooming was called for. While I want every animal I groom to look clean and picture perfect when they leave my shop, I realize that would take a very long time and push his tolerance too far. With compassionate grooms, the goal is to relieve any discomfort the animal is experiencing due to tight matting. clean and disinfect any wounds that might be on the skin underneath the matting, and generally just put the health and sanitation needs above cosmetics and aesthetics. Once I had removed a significant amount of matting, I think he started feeling relief and understood that I was helping him. He became more relaxed and stopped trying to escape. I even broke one cardinal rule of dog grooming and removed the harness. One never knows how a dog is going to react, so using harnesses or grooming loops to control the movement of a dog and keep them from jumping off the table is a must. I chose to break that rule since he was exceptionally compliant and the harness was just, quite frankly, in the way.
Hours later.
I finally had him shaved down enough to bathe him, but we both needed a break. Boo. Mr. Boo. Hi. You're looking much better. You are. Do you want to be brave? Do you want to go outside, go potty? The door's open. You're on a leash. If you want to go out there, we can walk out there. Would you like to walk out there? Would you? Look at all that hair. All that hair came off of you. And I'm still not done. We still need a bath. We do. I gotta trim up your pretty face. I gotta trim you up. I gotta go over you with the clippers one more time. Come on. Come on. It's okay. Do you need to go potty? Do you want lovin's? Do you want me to love on you? Look at you. Look at how sweet you are. Good boy. You see that pretty face? There's a pretty face. Oh, good boy. Good boy. Yes. You want to lay down there? Okay. You want to sniff? You want to explore? You can explore. I will sit here. Hi. Hi. Yes, you do want attention. You do want to be loved on, don't you? It's okay. You can explore. You want to just sit there? You want to just sit there? Oh, he's a sweet boy. He's a good boy. Got a little bit of, you got a little bit of white here and there. That was a boo-boo on your nose. Yes, you're doing better. Nope. Oh, you smell treats, don't you? Hey. Psst, psst. Look. You want that? That is a very dehydrated meat snack. Good and crunchy. Good boy. Good boy. Good boy. You're a good boy. Yes, you're a good boy. Oh, you're a good boy. Oh, you're a good boy. Oh, look at you. Okay. Because, yeah, I'm just barely going to have time Get you a bath, and I think you're about as clipped as you're going to be. At least you'll dry quickly. Then it was bath time. I used a gentle shower head with him rather than my usual shampoo dispenser. Even though I did not find a single flea nor tick on him, I chose to use a flea and tick formula. That's another thing that confused me. A neglected animal will have fleas and ticks this time of year. Someone was clearly providing flea and tick prevention. Drying him was tricky. I placed a fan on the table, hoping the gentle breeze would dry him without scaring him further. I cleaned his ears and pulled out the tiny bit of hair that was in his ear canals. With his fur gone, he was not able to regulate his temperature and was chilled to the bone. I had no choice but to break out the big dryer. He was torn between trusting me and wanting to run away. I dried him off to the point where his paws were still damp and decided he was dry enough. Then I showed him some love before working on his paws. Like most dogs, he didn't appreciate the clippers going between his toes. I had to climb on the table with him at one point so I could hold his paw against my leg to ensure his paw pads were clean. I also went over him with wound disinfectant to make sure that the skin irritations and wounds were clean and not infected. I am not a veterinarian. The most I can do is provide basic first aid and recommend veterinary care when I return them. Luckily, Boo did not have any open and infected wounds. There were a few small scabs, spots of dry skin, and minor irritations. If I had not gotten to him when I did, those tiny irritations could have been infected serious wounds within the next 2 weeks. While I am never pleased to see owners surrender their dogs, I am thankful this owner surrendered Boo before his health was significantly compromised. By this time, we had spent 5 hours together. I could easily have spent another hour or even 2 evening out his coat and making him look fabulous. But we were both exhausted. Besides that, one of the workers stayed late so I could return him. I normally try to have the shelter dogs returned by 4 p.m. I realized around 3 that there was no way I would have him done and back by 5, their normal closing time. Not wanting to inconvenience the gentleman further, I decided we were done. This is Boo before I began grooming him. This is the pile of hair I removed from him. This is Boo after. You know, with all of his hair gone, I think I can see lab traits in him. He just might be a labradoodle.
Many minutes later.
You're figuring it out. Good boy. Come on. Come this way. Come on. Good boy. Can we get in the car? Come on. Come on. Over here. Over here. Almost there. You've almost got it. Good boy. Good boy. Ready? Do we know what to do? Can you get in the car? Up he goes. No, I don't need you in the front seat. Good boy. You figured that one out fast. Something amazing happened when we stepped outside to go back to the shelter. Boo figured out how to walk on a leash. He wasn't biting nor scared anymore. He walked to the car and jumped right in like a champ. When we got back to the shelter and he realized that he had to go back in there with all that noise and strange dogs, he went right back to being scared. Please don't feel sad for him. I groomed him on a Thursday. Friday morning, I received word that a rescue had accepted him and his 4 pack mates. They only had to stay in the shelter 1 more weekend. On Monday evening, they will all embark on a road trip and start their journeys to their new forever homes. While I was editing this video, I received an email from Boo's former owner. I'd posted a picture of him in a local group that she is also a member of. She knew that I would take care of the matting and that the wonderful volunteers would work diligently to find him a new home. Roughly 1 year ago, her son moved away and asked his mother to take care of Boo and his other 4 dogs for a little while. She has dogs of her own and could not keep them inside, so they lived outside in a kennel. She made sure they were fed, took them to the vet for their vaccinations and other needs, and gave them flea and tick prevention. She just didn't have room to bring them inside, the time that all dogs need, nor the resources to have them groomed regularly. With no indication that her son was going to take them back, and believing they deserve a chance at a better life, she made the difficult decision to surrender them. It broke her heart to do it, but she truly believes this is what's best for them. She did not tell me his age or his name, but she did say Boo is a Labradoodle. She thanked me for helping him and asked me to pass on her appreciation to the volunteers and the rescue that accepted them. Thanks for joining us today. Feel free to stop by anytime.